लठ्ठे एज्युकेशन सोसायटी सांगली, चंद्रनारायण बलदवा इंग्लिश स्कूल जयसिंगपूर, सब्जेक्ट Geography, Standard 8, created by Mrs. D.S. Kiledar. Welcome back students. Today we are going to learn topic number 3, humidity and clouds. Weather conditions. Different weather conditions prevail at different places. Here we are going to study about 3 places that shows different conditions of weather. Rajasthan. Rajasthan lies in a region with dry and hot air. There is hardly any moisture in the air. People wear loose cotton clothes. Second place is Kashmir. Kashmir Valley lies in a region with cold and dry air. Moisture is less in the air. People cover themselves with warm clothes. Third place is Mumbai. In Mumbai, the air is hot and humid. There, the proportion of moisture is very high in the air. In addition, if dark clouds cover the sky, the content of moisture in the air increases. These all examples show the condition of the air. They relate to the content of the moisture in the air. Moisture in the air is invisible, but it is the major component of air which is taken into consideration while discussing the weather of any place. For precipitation to occur in any place, presence of moisture in the air is very important. Evaporation. Evaporation is the process of converting water into steam or water vapor. Because of the sun's heat, the water on the earth gets converted into water vapor. The process of evaporation is dependent on the dryness, temperature, and the speed of the wind. If the air is dry and hot, the rate of evaporation increases. The process of evaporation continues every in dry and cold air. On the other hand, evaporation occurs very slowly in moist air. If the velocity and temperature of the air is high, then evaporation occurs rapidly. If the wind is blowing slowly and the air is cooler, then evaporation occurs slowly. Humidity in the air. The proportion of water vapor in the air is called humidity. The proportion of water vapor determines the dryness or dampness of the air. Moisture holding capacity of the air. The capacity of the air to hold water vapor is called moisture holding capacity of the air. Warmer air's moisture holding capacity is comparatively more. On the other hand, cold air's moisture holding capacity is comparatively low. The condition of air at a certain temperature in which the moisture holding capacity of air becomes equal to the proportion of moisture present in it is called saturation of the air. Saturation of the air leads to precipitation or snowfall. Absolute humidity. The amount of water vapor in 1 cu.m. of air is called the absolute humidity. Generally, humidity of the air is measured in grams per cubic meter. Absolute humidity is higher in coastal areas and the equatorial regions. On the other hand, absolute humidity is lower in the island areas and the polar regions. The distribution of land and water on the earth and the seasons affect absolute humidity. Relative humidity. The amount of water vapor present in air expressed as a percentage of the amount needed for saturation at the same temperature is called relative humidity. The change in temperature of the air leads to change in moisture holding capacity of the air. This in turn leads to change in the relative humidity of the air. Relative humidity is found to be comparatively high in the morning and at night. It is found to be comparatively low in afternoon. Relative humidity is found to be more in the coastal areas and it is found to be less in desert areas. Condensation or densification. The process of changing water vapor in the air into water is called condensation. It is also called densification. Condensation of vapor in the open air occurs around the dust or salt particles in the air. Dew, frost, and fog are the forms of condensation at ground level. Clouds are the form of condensation at higher altitude. Sublimation. The process of changing water vapor in the air into snow is called sublimation. Due to fall in temperature, the relative humidity of the air increases. This in turn leads to condensation or sublimation. Clouds. A visible mass of fine particles of ice and water accumulated around the dust particles in the air at high altitude is called a cloud. Clouds causes rainfall or snowfall on the earth. The proportion of water vapor in the air near the surface of the earth is more. Therefore, clouds of larger size are seen at a lower altitude. The proportion of water vapor in the air at higher altitude is less. Therefore, clouds of smaller size are seen at a higher altitude. Clouds are formed at different altitudes in the atmosphere. After observation, we can divide these clouds into three main types on the basis of their altitude. The height from the base of the clouds is taken into consideration. If the clouds are at an altitude of 7,000 to 14,000 meters, they are considered as very high clouds. These clouds are mainly made up of ice particles. They can be classified into cirrus, cirrocumulus, and cirrostratus. Cirrus clouds are mainly wispy. Cirrocumulus clouds look like groups of small waves. Cirrostratus are like a bedsheet with wrinkles. They generally have a halo around them. If the clouds are at an altitude of around 2000 to 7000 meters, then they are considered to be medium clouds. These include altocumulus and altostratus. Altocumulus are in the form of layers and have a wave-like structure. They are mostly white in color and have a gray shade. Altostratus are not very thick. The sun can be seen through them as if seen through a milky glass. The clouds are at an altitude of less than 2000 meters, then they are low clouds. These consist of 5 types of clouds. Stratocumulus have layers. Their color is white to earthy. Round cluster of clouds can be here. Stratus clouds also have layers. They are ash colored and their base is uniform. Nimbostratus has thick layers. They are grey ash in color and cause continuous rainfall and even snowfall. Cumulus clouds. These clouds are formed extensively from 500 meter to 6000 meter altitude. The vertical flow of the air adds to the formation of these clouds. These are huge and dome-shaped. They are grey in color. Cumulus clouds are an indicator of pleasant weather. The vertical expanse of these clouds increases so much that they turn into cumulonimbus clouds and bring rain. Last type of cloud is cumulonimbus cloud. These are characteristic clouds which are indicators of thunderstorm. These look like huge mountains. These are dense and dark in color. There is thunder accompanied by lightning. They bring rain with storm and may sometimes bring hailstones. But such a type of rain does not last long. As compared to other clouds, the raindrops of these clouds are larger because they move up and down a lot of times of accumulate more and more water. Drops become larger and larger and are unable to float in the clouds because of their weight. They fall in the form of rain. Sometimes the air in the clouds is very cold. As a result, these drops freeze and fall in the form of hail, and we call them hailstones. Thank you.